Good morning, students. After completing the basic lecture, today I am going to start your first lecture on the subject theory of automata and formal language, that is TAFL. So, start with the term automata. So, what is automata? Automata is the plural of automaton. It means something that work automatically. And if we want to explain the basic definition of the automata, then the automata can be considered as a system where energy, material, and information are transformed for performing some specific task without direct participation of man. Here, these are 2 points in this definition. First one is the specific task, and another is the without direct participation of man. So, specific task means the task must be well defined, and without direct participation of man means the participation of human being must be indirect. Means human being can design the system but not directly participate in that system. So this is the basic definition of automata. Now the famous example of the automata is the automatic photo printing machine and the packing machine, etc. These are the examples. Now automaton can be considered as an abstract computing device which process discrete information. So the discrete model of the automata can be explained by using these uh, three component, that is the set of inputs, set of outputs, and the set of states. So I1 in this diagram, I1, I2, IP are the set of inputs, and O1, O2, O3 are the set of outputs. And here the new thing is the state, that is Q1, Q2 up to Qn. So these are the states. Now I want to explain the simple example of these states, outputs, and the inputs by using the real life example. So let me consider the simple example of this bulb. The objective is to light the bulb here. So the input can be considered as a switch and output is light bulb, and here the states of the bulb can be considered as on or off. So there may be only two states of the bulb, that is on, that may be on, that is on or off, right? So this model can be designed by using the finite automata, and the finite automata can be represented as there are two states. I already told you, that is on or off. So right here these are two states, off and on. So initially the valve is off, so start with the off. As soon as I flip the switch, the switch will be the bulb will be light, the bulb will be on. And again if we flip the switch, the bulb will be off. Again we flip the switch, then bulb will be on. So the same working of this simple valve or this system can be explained by the diagram, and this diagram can be called or can be considered as the transition diagram. So the simple definition of the transition diagram is a transition diagram is a directed graph that consists the set of vertices and the set of edges, where vertices represent the states and edges represent the input or out. And here the two terms are very important. First is the simple circle with an arrow. This one is called the initial state because there are a lot of states in the transition diagram. So if the circle with an arrow, that can be considered as the initial state, and if the state is represented by two concentric circles, then it is considered as the final state. And these are the basic terminology that can be used, that is very essential to understand the working of this automata. So the first one is the alphabet. Alphabet is a finite non-empty set of symbols, that is the for example in input alphabet, or you can say the English language, the input alphabets are small a to cap small z. For the binary number, the alphabet can be considered as 0 and 1, and for the decimal number it can be considered as 0 to 9. And alphanumeric In this case, capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, and 0 to 9. And the string is a word, is a finite sequence of symbols that is taken from the input alphabet. So this is the simply the string. And empty string means the null string that can be represented by null sign or by using the epsilon sign. And length of the string is just number of element in that string that can be considered as the length of the string. So this is the basic background about the automata. Now let us start a first machine, that is the deterministic finite automata, that is DFA. So this is the basic machine of this subject TAFL, Theory of Automata and Formal Learning. So this DFA consists of basically three parts. First one is the input tape, second is the head, and third one is the finite control. The input tape is divided into equal size of blocks, and these blocks are called cells. These blocks are called cells. And at a time, one input symbol is stored on a particular cell. And the job of head is to read the symbol from the cell. At a time, it can read only the one cell on a single input. And automatically, we will consider, in case of automata, means deterministic finite automata, that after reading one symbol, head will move to the right direction automatically. There is no need to write or no need to mention the direction here. The head will automatically move to the right. And third one is the finite control. The job of finite control is to decide whether which state we have to move, right? So this is the basic model of deterministic finite automata. Mathematically, we can also explain the same thing by using the tuple. So this deterministic finite automata can be explained by using 5 tuples, that is q, sigma, delta, q naught, or f. So the purpose and the meaning of each and every tuple here is q is the finite set of states, means any state, total number of states belongs to the symbol capital Q. Suppose in a transition diagram there are 6 states, that is Q0 to Q5. So all these Q0 to Q5 states belongs to the symbol capital Q. Means Q is a set of states. And second one is the sigma. Sigma is the input alphabet. Suppose the input is A, B, 1, 0, whatever. So this 0 or 1 or A or V, this is the input alphabet, belongs to the sigma. Now the important part here is the transition function. So how the transition function works. So actually this transition function can be performed on the state as well as the input. Means the transition function can be moved. We can move by using the transition function in the diagram. And we will see the example to explain this transition working of this transition function in detail. Now, and another thing is the Q0. Q0 is what? It is the initial state, or it is noted that in case of the any machine, initial state must be the single. So this means Q0 is only the single state. So that is also the part of capital Q that I already told you, that the set of states. And finally, the capital F represent the final states. It may be the set of final state. It means more than one state may be the final state. So this is the basic representation by using the tuple, or you can say mathematical representation of deterministic finite automata. Now we will explain each and everything by using this diagram. So in this case, the input alphabet, that is sigma. So we can use the input A or V. So in this diagram, you can see we are moving from one state to another state only by using small a or by using small b. So small a and small b can be considered as the input alpha weight. And second is, I already told you about the finalist, about the set of state, that is capital Q. Capital Q means the set of all states in the machine. So in this machine, you can see easily Q0 to Q5. Total number of states are 6. So capital Q means all the states in this machine. That is Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and Q5. So this is under the set of state, that is the capital Q. And next one is the initial state where the machine will start. So in this diagram, Q0 is the initial state where this machine will start. And this initial state is represented by, I already told you, by using the circle and the arrow. So this is the representation of initial state. So in this diagram, if I want to ask you what will be the initial state, so simply Q0 is the initial state. What about the final state? Final state is the simply representation by two concentric circles, right? So in this case, Q4 will be the final state because it is represented by two concentric circles. You can see easily in this diagram. So this is all about the tuples except the transition function. Now, the important point is the transition function because it shows the working and execution of any machine. So how this transition function works? So let's see. Suppose you are in state Q0 and now suppose you are getting the input A. So in case you are moving to state Q1. So how can we see this one? We start from Q0. In this case, we are using here, this is the A is the input alphabet. So on state initial state, that is Q0, reading input symbol A, we are moving to Q1. So how this can be represented? This can be represented by the diagram also. In this case Q0, then after reading A, we are moving to Q1. And again, we can see here in this diagram clearly, we can see that after reading this A, after reading this V, we are moving to Q5, and another is Q2 to B, that is moving to Q3. And this is the simple another representation of the transition function. So the transition function can also be represented by using the transition table. So the same transitions are represented by two ways. First one is the transition function, or first one is the transition diagram, and another is the transition table. So the same thing can be represented by two ways. So let's see the example. In this example, total number of states are Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and Q5. There are 6 states. So write all the states in this vertical form. In this case, you can see the transitions. On state Q0, after reading A, we are moving to Q1, right? So in this case, we are moving to Q1. So here you can see clearly Q0 to A, that is Q1. So here just we have to mark Q0 to A, that is Q1. And Q0 to B, we are moving to Q5. So just write here Q5. So this is simply, this is all about the transition table. And suppose let's see the another example. Suppose you are in state Q2. So in state Q2, after getting B, we are moving to state Q3, and on getting input A, we are moving to Q5. So in this table, on input A, that is Q5, and on input B, state is Q3. So the transition function, the working of transition function can be represented by transition diagram and the transition table. So for representing any machine, or if we want to represent the functioning of any machine, we can represent by using transition diagram or by using transition function. So in this case, I can understand that the simple tuples of the DFA or the simple working of DFA is completed.